And it's on. We are live, I think. Are we, guys? Welcome to. Okay, here we go. Let's see if you guys can hear me. Somebody likes my shirt. I think it's my support girls. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. I'm so excited to be here sharing with you this 5 days freedom challenge. And I want to tell you all that I'm going to share with you, what you are going to learn and why I think it's so important, and also what's going on my personal life and why I have such an urgency to share this message about freedom. So get real pumped, get real excited, and I want you all, if you are one of my girls, if you're one of my clients, if you're watching this, to start a watch party right now. And I got my girls, Hannah, shout out to her, and Tyler, who are watching this, I believe, and they can tell you how to do this, because I am all in to teach you 3 steps that you can use right now, starting today, in this moment, to reclaim your sense of personal freedom. So let's start with this. Why is it so important to claim our freedom right now? Why does it matter? Okay. When we do not come from a place of freedom, when we show up and we make decision and we take action, not coming from a place of freedom, our actions are normally dictated by what? By fear, by guilt, by judgment, by shame, by pressure, right? And what is the one thing all those emotions have in common? They're extremely heavy, right? They're heavy on our heart. They're heavy on our body. They're heavy on our souls. That's the heaviness we have been feeling in 2020. I don't know you, but I feel like I've been carrying a bag with 1,000 pounds this whole year. That is what happened when our freedom is challenged. We are showing up in our life, moved by all sorts of responses that we have, these emotions, this fear, this anxiety, and we are not able and free to really show up and honor ourselves, honor our desire, move on in our purpose, and getting one step closer each day to where we want to be in our lives, how we want to show up, what kind of dreams we want to, true. So here's what's going on today. Before I get in and I start teaching you these 3 steps you can start taking right now, starting today, I want to share with you why, personally, what's going on with me, why I'm doing this. And you can see there's Free Your Body. That's my book background. You know, I'm launching a book. I've been talking about it for the whole week. And what you don't know is that I've been stuck here in Italy since March 5th. Since March 5th. Now you may think, oh, cool, in Italy. No, not cool. I'm stuck here. Like, I cannot get out of my house. I'm currently being quarantined. My family and I are considered high risk because my older son was in a class where now 5 kids got COVID. The teacher got infected, and we cannot leave the front door. Like, our names are notified. We're going to have to get tested, but we cannot freely get tested. That is what is happening right now. And let me tell you, I had not dreamt of releasing my book, something that I'm so proud of and that I'm for 3 years, in a situation like this. I plan to be with my clients, with my friend, probably in New York or in LA, having a party and doing a live event, because I light up when I am in a live event. And instead, I'm here with a background that later I'm going to show you. It's like literally hooked on a stand with a bunch of lighting in my house. And I am showing up, teaching you 3 steps to reclaim your freedom in this moment where my freedom is so deeply challenged and I cannot even get out the front door, right? So why am I doing it? Why am I so moved? Why am I so passionate about it? Why I think it's so urgent? Well, let me start with the story. About 2 days ago, I get an email from Amber Willauer, who is my book launch director and is now becoming my sister and my friend. And Amber shows up and writes this beautiful email to me telling me, hey, Rakel, I don't know what you're going through. It must be so terrible not being able to get out the door. And I know you want to pull through. I know you want to do all these things. And I'm not saying you should, but I just want you to know. I want you to know that if you felt called to, we can postpone the whole thing. We can delay this. We can let that go. And in that moment, I found myself with this question, right? That it was about my book, but I knew it was bigger than that, because everything that's happening in my life this whole time has always been content for me to go ahead and teach it to people. It's been part of my teaching, of my content. And so I was saying, what is this challenge that has been presented to me? What is this challenge saying? Why am I faced with this question? Why is Amber suddenly showing up and telling me, hey girl, you can reschedule this. It's not ideal, but we can do it. And it really got in that moment that that's the same question many of you have been facing this year. I have clients who were supposed to get married, and the question was, are you still going to marry the man of your dream? Or are you going to wait for this world to look better? Are you still going to go for the dream you want? Are you still going to invest in your business? Are you still going to go and heal what you need to heal? Or are you going to put yourself on hold until things out there look pretty enough, good enough, perfect enough for you to say, yes, I'm going to show up? And in the moment that she presented me with that question, not only did I know that I had to say, yes, I'm going for it, right? I had to use it to show you what I mean, but what it means to be free. What it means to be free. It doesn't mean having these unlimited funds that you can go out there and buy what you want, although that is awesome, right? I got nothing against having a lot of funds, all about abundance here. But it means being able to show up in your truth. It means being able to keep moving forward and not allow things that happen in our external reality to be a bondage, a reason why you don't get to be you, right? That's why it's so important. That's why it's so urgent. This whole year, we have been relying, we have been hesitating, we have been holding on our dreams, on our action, on what we feel like is the right thing to do for us, or what our day or what our year gets to look like. And that holding on our desire has been heavy. Has been heavy on our heart, has been heavy on our body, has been heavy on our head, has been heavy on our business. We want to release that. Yes, Michelle. Do not put your life on hold. I know, baby, I know. We should not put our life on hold. There is not such a thing as the perfect moment. There is not such a thing as that perfect instant. And that's what we are taught, right? We are taught that there's going to be that perfect day when you lose X amount of weight, and then and only then I'll feel sexy enough to go on a date, right? There's going to be that perfect day after that, you'll feel good enough to start your own business. I'll meet the man of my dreams, and then and only then will I feel complete enough. It's all about something externally that's going to come and show us, hey, now, girl, you have full permission to go for what you want. And guess what? That day ain't coming. That day is not coming. And it's not because you cannot get those things. Yes, you can get them, but they're not going to give you the permission that you can give in yourself right now to reclaim your sense of freedom. I'm going to teach you the tools to do that today. We're going to go through 3 steps that you can start implementing in this moment. Seriously, that will allow you to just really say yes to yourself, start becoming more aware of what it feels like to be free, right? Because it's not just mental. I hear all the time talking about mindset, and mindset, it's important, but I want to encourage you to experience that in your body on a vibrational level, to get into that vibration of freedom to be you, because we need you to be you. We don't even need you to be your best by anybody's standard. We need to be you. You have a uniqueness to yourself that this world needs. And as much as we want to morph ourselves into the trend that works, into the marketing that works, in reality, what's special about you that no one else has is you. That's what we want to free. That's what we want to allow, right? So this whole year has been heavy. It's been about feeling all this weight on us. I can't tell you how many of my clients who I work with throughout the years start reaching out to me and say, oh my God, Rakel, I feel so heavy. I'm getting back into emotional weight. I'm getting back into emotional eating. I can't stop myself. I feel out of control. I don't know what's going on with me. And I get it, because really the external weight, it's a reflection of how heavy we feel inside. It's a reflection of what we hold on to and all the things we put on hold this year, right? All the things that we said, let me not go for it. Maybe I shouldn't go for it. Maybe I should wait to things to get better. And that it's heavy on us. So we want to release it. Hi, Karen. We want to release it. Sorry, guys. I'm just like getting so excited because I see all my love girls showing up here and I love them to death. But, you know, we see all this thing. We see all this heaviness. And of course, we are getting back into emotional eating. But you know what's the biggest problem about it? It's not so much of the weight you're putting on, because you're getting into this never-ending cycle of anxiety that feeds this need to anesthetize your feeling, that pushes you to eat more and to feel out of control around food, is the fact that when you eat, moved by emotion, moved by emotional hunger, you're not truly addressing your needs, right? So your needs remain not addressed. And you are just pushing them down, and those needs that you're not responding keep getting more and more triggering, right? Heavier and heavier on you, and they need to be addressed. So yes, it is not ideal to put on extra weight that you don't want. But the focus should not be into freaking out on why you have those 10, 15, 20 pounds more during quarantine, is to why you do it, right? What is led to feel out of control? What are you not listening to? What kind of question you're putting on hold? What kind of desire you're not answering? What kind of emotion you're not expressing and letting out and releasing? Because when they're not released, they stay on us. They stay on us. And unprocessed emotion are the heaviest shit you can have on yourself. So yeah, I'm gonna curse, guys. I'm gonna try my best, but when I get in the flow, Rakel, curse. So here's the thing. Tell your kids to do like this. Here's the thing. Here's what happens. How do we reclaim that freedom? What can we do right now to start shifting our vibration, to start becoming more able to show up fully and freely in life? The first step that I want you all to do is to get excited about being responsible. Get excited about being responsible. So anytime that I tell my clients or my friend about responsibility, they feel like it's a burden. Because if you think about it, we hear it from our parents, right? Oh, be responsible when we are 18 and we start driving our cars. Be responsible. You have to be responsible. It is your responsibility. But responsibility, it's a really wonderful opportunity to be free, right? To be free is the wonderful opportunity to show up of ourselves present in our body. So I want to ask you something. I'm going to look at the question here, at your comments. I want to ask you, who do you think are the hottest women in the planet right now? I don't care if you're giving me fiction women or real women. I'm going to start with some of mine. What do you think, Amber? What's the hottest woman that you know? Like I could think of like Beyonce, Wonder Woman. Who is like the hottest girl in the world for you right now? The women that are showing up fully. Your mama. Yes. I don't know your mama, Hannah, but I'm sure she's responsible. But who are like people that we can know right now, right? That are super pumped and super present and sexy. I will give you mine as you guys make the comment. So mine are Beyonce, Olivia Pope. Do you guys know how Olivia Pope walked into that show Scandal where she made that entrance? All right, that's badass to me. Then I think, what's the name of the girl from Law and Order? Taylor Swift. Okay, Taylor Swift. Yeah, I love Taylor Swift. How about the woman? Wait, Olivia Benson. Guys, I'm a sucker for Law and Order. J-Lo. Yes, J-Lo. Okay, what do these women have in common? What do they have in common? Let me tell you what they have in common. They are responsible for the space they occupy. When they make an entrance, they step each foot one step after the other. And they are saying, here I am, right? Beyonce is not Jay-Z's wife. And now welcome Jay-Z's wife. Now you say that's Beyonce, right? That's Beyonce. That's Taylor Swift. That's J-Lo. She's not the girlfriend of A-Rod, right? Michelle Obama. They are present in their body. They're taking responsibility for the space they occupy. And that's, I want you to think about responsibility. It's not a burden. It's a gift. It's your gift to say it's on me. Because see, if it's on somebody else, on the candidate we are electing, on the people that are out there, on what's happening, how many people are getting infected, if it's on them, then we are not free. If it's on them, then I'm quarantined. I can't launch my book. If it's on them, I cannot have a voice. We need to reclaim our voice. We need to reclaim our power. We need to step into that and be rejoiced that we have that opportunity to embody our truth, and that is not up to no one but us. So responsibility is the freaking best gift that we can have. The greatest gift that we can have. So for us to reclaim our freedom, we first need to reclaim our responsibility and what it means to us, what it means to be responsible, what it means to be present, what it means to be here, right? So that's step one. Reclaim your responsibility and get super excited about being responsible. Got it? Yes? Cool. Ready to move on to step two? All right, guys. So step two is redefine what confidence means. Now, if you're familiar with my work, you know I have a very unique take on confidence. Many people think of confidence as this sex appeal, as this ability to be outspoken, sometimes forceful. I think that being confident is the ability to show up in your truth, whatever that truth may look to you, right? So it's the ability to witness the negative comment, the limiting beliefs, the voice that says you're too old, you're too fat, you're too unprepared, you're too insecure, you're too confused, you're too behind. You're not where you're supposed to be by now. You should have been much further ahead by now. So confidence is the ability to witness that, because we all have that. Yes, we do. To witness that and say, thank you very much for sharing, but I'm going for it. That is confidence. So it's the ability to stand in your truth without allowing any old stories, limiting beliefs, right? A negative commentary and self-doubt to hold you back and preventing you from showing up into your most powerful and present self. So when people come to me and say, I'm insecure, I'm like, no, you may be suffering from insecurity, but it's not in your DNA. Insecurity is not who you are. Confidence is something that we all have. It's something that does not discriminate. It's something we all cultivate. And reclaiming and redefining that confidence, it's the second step to restoring your freedom. It is possible for all of us to experience a level of confidence. And all it takes is the willingness to show up and say, okay, I hear you. I hear you. This is not, let me give you the example of my book, right? So my book, my release, I'm not excited about it. I'm not, I'm not where I want to be. It's not happening exactly how I planned it. But what is it more important to me right now? What really matters to me right now? What is my truth? Is it the sale or is it the message? It is my desire to share my message, or is it my need to prove that I'm good enough for you guys to pay attention, right? All those things are happening. I'm human. They're happening in my mind. But what allows me to be confident is not the absence of those thoughts, is the decision that I get to make. See, that's the freedom. The decision that I get to make, I say, okay, Rakel, I hear you, not how you planned. I hear you, it's super challenging. I hear you, your kids are driving you crazy. I hear you're being emotionally and energetically challenged by the situation. But how bad do you want this? How bad do you want to share this? How bad do you want to make an impact? How bad do you want to help? So that winning, that part of me showing up and going for it, it's a million times more important to me than the book sales. Really, truly, right? That is the confidence of knowing that things are going to work out because I am showing up in that truth, and knowing that that truth is enough, and knowing that that level of worthiness It's my birthright. And it's not because I'm smarter, better, more prepared with you. It's just simply because I'm willing to do the work and to show up for the work. And you can do that too. I want you to know you can do that too. So step one was what? Reclaiming responsibility, redefining responsibility. Got it? Getting excited about being responsible, not feeling like a burden. And now step two is about redefining what confidence means to you. Redefining what it truly means to be confident as this ability to show up in your truth. Thank you, Amber. Amber says your message is needed. Thank you. Thank you. I was sharing before you came in, Amber, I was sharing how you showed up and you gave me the opportunity to postpone this launch. And I was presented with this question of whether or not I should. And I really appreciate it because it feels good to come in from a place of awareness, not from a place of just pushing through it. But it really served me to teach today because so many of us have been presented with that same questions. I've had clients that question whether or not they should have gone through with their marriage, wait for this whole thing to be over, right? So, and that kind of like awakens you to what truly matters. Does it matter? Does it matter the party or the man or the woman you're marrying? Does it matter the message or the book number? Does it matter? So this has been a really, really good opportunity for me to step into that confidence of that level, the confidence of the message and what I'm teaching and what I think it's needed without the, the need, this attachment of this perfect moment, of this perfect idea that I had of what a promotion would be. So thank you for that. So let's move now into step 3. What is the third step to reclaim your confidence that we're going to go through today? Are you ready? The third step is to identify and stand up for the true you. So here's the thing of what I share in the book. There's two versions of you, two main versions of you. There is a part of you, there is a product, the summaries of the stories that you have picked up along the way, the things that people said about you that you learned to believe, the things that you have decided to accept about you, right? That you begin to rely on and take it as your life experience. So that's the story of who you have been in your life. And then there is the true you. The true you is the part of you that always was and that always will be. The part of you were born with, the essence of who you are. Yes, Michelle, that's it, the true you, that angel, right? That presence, that connection, that essence of who you are. So if some of you have children, I know a lot of you that I'm seeing here, many of you have kids. So when you see a child, you know that they are very present to the true person, the true spirit in them. There's no child that look at him or herself in the mirror that is not fully in love with themselves and their body. They're coming into this planet. They don't even know where their little body ends and the world begins. They're really present into their being. They know they are witnessing the true self. And then they begin to pick up some from us. They pick up fear, they pick up judgment, they begin to compare themselves and wonder, oh, am I better or worse than the other kid because that other kid spoke sooner, or that other kid did this and mommy's would be happy if I could do this, but I am not doing it. So we start picking up those things. We start picking up those definitions from our parents, from our school, from our immediate environment. The majority of that happens within the first 7 years of our lives, and then 13 years of our life, and then even in our adult life, we keep picking those up, right? So we create this definition. And this definition of ourselves is what we get very attached to. Yesterday I was teaching two of my clients that are now getting training my body success method. They're getting certified. And I was telling them the one challenge you will face, right, Laura and Karen, the one challenge you'll be facing first is this idea that you meet somebody, you're speaking to a client, and they'll be so attached to their story. They'll be so attached to say, but I'm insecure. I promise I'm insecure, Rakel. I'm not confident. I don't know how to do this. They get so attached to this. I'm self-sabotaging myself. That's who I am. Yeah, Karen, that's me. And the biggest challenge is to help them separate from the fact that it's like, you may think that. Yeah, Eddie taught me. That's what Karen's saying. Yes, you have this opinion, you have these things that you've been doing, you have these habits, patterns that you've been creating. On the third days, we're going to go through the neuroscience of this aspect, and I'm going to show you how to apply the science of this so you'll understand this even more. But right now, just know that all those things that you believe about yourself, all those tendencies, from the tendency to gaining weight, guys, to the tendency to react and respond in a certain way, to the tendency to feel in a certain way and have a certain kind of automatic reactions. Those things are not you. Those things are things you have picked up, and they have become habits, and have become qualities that you are keeping alive. But the true you is the part of you that you were born with. The true you is the part that is undamaged and unbroken no matter what happened or how traumatized you are. The true you is the part that deeply desires to be more. The true you is that whisper in your head that sometimes scream and say, oh my God, girl, go for it. Go for it. What can you do today? What can you do today that lights you up? That is the true you. The rest are things that we have been picked up, that we have believed, and we have been loyal to and been trusting, but we need to separate from that. So it's really important to step out of that. Yes, Hannah, it's really important to step out of that and reclaim our truth. So I wanted to read you a part from my book. There's actually a part of the introduction where I share what it means to be that true you. Okay? You down? It was just a short part, so don't worry. So it says, when I say true you, I'm not talking about the you who broke the diet, the you that gained weight, experienced the traumas, or made a series of bad decisions, but the part of you that still is and forever will be whole. I'm referring to the innocent version of yourself that you were born with, whom you have likely forgotten, but who nonetheless continue to live beneath the layers of who you have become over the years. I like to call the part of you the angel in the stone, an expression that I borrowed from the most famous artist of the Italian Renaissance, Michelangelo. When Michelangelo spoke about his creative process as a sculptor, he used to say he saw an angel trapped within the stone, fully present in all her glorious beauty. All he did was chip away the marble, layer after layer, until he could set her free. So that's the thing. I believe, I know that most powerful version of ourselves, that free version of ourselves, is not something that we need to go get out there. There's no candidate that we're going to elect that is going to say, hey, Hannah, hey, Amber, hey, Michelle, you now get to be free. No, that version is pre-existing. That version is within us. And all we have to do to claim that version is to allow ourselves to remove the layer that are covering it back up. That is the same thing that I believe about weight, right? The extra weight that we're carrying on our body, that we have learned to believe is this part of us that got out of control and ate too much or whatever, didn't function, and the metabolism got slow, and we accumulated all this weight. This extra weight is like this emotional blanket, is this cover, this coat that we have been wearing to covering ourselves up. And our free self, the part of ourself that is perfectly self-regulating, that is free in our body, that is light, that is agile, that is strong, it's underneath. It's not somebody we need to become. All we have to do is drop it. Drop the layer, release the layer, so that we could set her free, very much like the angel already being present in the stone, and allow those layers to come out. So there's no creation of the free woman. There is no creation of that fit woman. There is no forcing your body through it. It's about accepting that it's already there, seeing her, acknowledging it, and allowing all those layers that are covering her up to fall off. So tomorrow in particular, we are going to be talking about how do we release that weight? How do we release the weight of 2020? Because I'm going to invite you to look at 2020 as a boyfriend or a girlfriend that cheated on us, right? We had all this promising, amazing thing that were going to happen this year. We were going to do these live events, and we were going to travel, and we were going to do all this. And then instead, he or she show up and gave us a lot of disappointment. So there's a lot of resentment, there's a lot of anger, there is a lot of frustration that we have been accumulating over the last 10 months. And the one thing I don't want you to do, I don't want you to wait one more month to say like, oh, I just want it to be over. I just want to jump in 2021 thinking that that's going to solve the issue. I want you to be able to release it so that we can step into that new year feeling aligned, feeling free, and feeling light and ready to take action, make decision, and move and access that creative possibilities and creative solutions that we can only access once we are free and present in our bodies. So thank you so much for watching this first live training. What I want you to do right now is to share with me what is your biggest takeaway from this training with the hashtag #FreeYourBodyBook. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I cannot wait to move forward with this training and see you again tomorrow to talk about how we get to release all that weight, how we get to free ourselves, how we get to let that angel in the stone come out from the layers and set her free so that we can go after our dreams, our purpose, whatever makes our heart sing, because there's nothing and nobody that can stop us unless we choose to. Thank you so much, guys.